I was telling Paul earlier, I have Peridot. It doesn't look like this. Mine looks olive green. Take a look at just how stunning this sparkling apple grassy green, just so vibrant with color. You rarely see this color green Peridot. And this is your white zircon enameled black ring here. Very, very limited. How many do we have? 50. Oh, wow. Look at that.
This is incredible.
Look at that. The black enamel is very special, and it's just making it even more modern. And I think, could a guy wear this?
Yeah, this is unisex for sure.
Unisex?
That's why I originally went up to size 11 on this one. But Peridot is one of the stones I am most passionate about in my life.
This is the most beautiful, seriously, the most beautiful color Peridot I've ever seen.
I go to a mine, there's a particular mine in the northeast province of China called Jilin is the name of the province.
Okay.
And it has some of the most beautiful Peridot in the world and some of the most, for the size, affordable. Now, when you go to this mine, I would say that 99% of all the material that comes out of that mine is 1 carat or smaller. And whenever you get something bigger than this, and this is an 8mm cushion cut stone, which means it's sort of a rectangle with rounded edges. This is an amazing value at 2.1 carats. It's surrounded by the white zircon. You also have the enamel work. And enamel is a jewelry technique that is incredibly underrated and very, very expensive. Now, this is a $485 comparative retail.
I'm gonna turn to the side so
for
you can see
$182.99. Now, I have a fun story about Peridot because I know that there are some of you out there that are what I call Peridot haters. I have what I call a former Peridot haters club. When I did my developed my own line, I did my first Peridot on television as a designer, not as a host. And I told everybody out there, listen, I know, I've been in this business a long time. I talk to people all the time. I'll meet them and ask me questions because I know I'm a gem expert. And then I'd ask them when they're born. They're like, August. And I'm like, oh, well, Peridot's a birthstone. And it was almost universal. The reaction was like, not crazy about it.
Because of the green. You don't see this vibrant, bright, I love like beautiful green apples. It just looks
amazing,
like that
right?
beautiful green.
It's a color of life. It's vibrant. Well, back in the late 80s, early 90s, when I started as a host in this business, most of the Peridot we had came from India. And they even called it olivine. It was that kind of khaki drab color, right?
Very dull.
Look how bright this is. Now, I'm gonna make a promise to all of you right now because we don't have very many of these remaining.
Not at all.
And this is over 2 carats, which is incredibly rare. You go up even 1/10 of a millimeter larger than the previous one, the price goes up exponentially. But if you think you're a Peridot hater, I want you to know why this is one of the most revered gemstones in my collection. Your eyes will never deceive you. So I want you to pick this up. I want you to get it home. If you don't love it, I don't want you to keep it. But I want you to see what great color Peridot looks like and why it's become one of the most highly rated, popular gems that I do in my collection.
It's absolutely stunning. I had to get a drink of water, but
I know, I get choked up when I see Peridot too.
I get so choked up. But I love the black enamel because I know that takes a lot of work. But these are stunning for a man or a woman.
Hey, give me one, I'll model one.
And we rarely have one for a man.
Yeah, let me
My husband's always saying we need more for a man. I mean, he could put it on his pinky finger and it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that.
And this is what, if you learn nothing else from watching me do a show, by the way,
is this faceted too? It sparkles like crazy.
Yes, my hand modeling days are over.
I didn't give you a little lotion, just a little bit.
It looks like a Sharpay.
No, it doesn't.
That's how many wrinkles my hands have. But the thing about it is color. And I always say this, if you remember nothing else about gemstones, I'm gonna instantly make all of you an expert.
Okay.
Color is the single most defining characteristic that affects the quality, the rarity, and ultimately the price, the value of that gemstone. There aren't very many gems that come in a green color. And Peridot is one of them. And there's nothing else that is this color except Peridot.
This is really a collector's piece. So $36, you get this collector's piece home, 2.1 carats of that solitaire, beautiful Peridot that is just all natural brilliance, really. So if you'd like some earrings, we have more Peridot for you. I have these in my ear. I'm telling you, you've